So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of ZGN Talks. And today's topic is one that most parents will probably disagree on, and it is on why you should stop reading books and what you should do instead.
Now, Mitch and I say stop reading books. We don't mean all books. It's good to learn how to read. It's good to learn how to write. But at the end of the day, the older you get, you're going to start to realize that a lot of the books you read in your everyday life and a lot of the books that you absorb are very, very, very similar in the content that they, manufacture and give to you. And, books that you think can make you a more interesting person, they help you, formulate your thoughts better. There are some cons to reading books, and, a lot of cons to reading books, definitely too much.
Now, when thinking about books and which book you're going to read, and obviously you want to consider the reason of why you're reading this book, you really want to understand who the author is, because at the end of the day, most authors, and this is what I've learned, and again, we're speaking directly from the perspective of business books, and if you're trying to grow a business, if you're trying to get your mindset together and get all that part of your life together in order to build a successful business, well, there are specific books built for that again, give good value. But what Emiliano and I have learned through reading many business books, now speaking directly from the point of view of business books, if you're someone that's trying to build a business and trying to learn more about finance, marketing, innovation, you need to read books that are circulated around that topic. And then when doing that, you also need to take into account who the author is, because many authors out there, they may never have built an actual business. So the information that they're sharing in the book isn't accurate. But aside from that, if you're reading a book, again, directly a business book, there are many authors that, and again, this is something Emiliano and I have learned from reading many business books, they will state their main points early on in the book. And then from there on out, they will just repeat them and really expand and play them out in different scenarios, when all you essentially need to read is the first few pages that, again, go over these main points. And this leads me to saying that what you really want to focus on is absorbing those main ideas, because that is what the book is all about. And then, for example, say a book goes over these 10, say a book has 10 ideas and they go over these ideas within 20 pages. Why go ahead and read the other 300 pages? Because it's kind of common sense what examples or what scenarios in your personal life to go ahead and actually use these examples. And overall, it just comes down to opportunity cost and not wasting your time reading those extra pages when you can actually be taking the main ideas from the first initial pages and applying them.
So you may be asking, well, what should I do instead of reading all the books? Well, what Mitch and I personally do is we watch a lot of founder and CEO interviews and a lot of podcasts. We personally recommend listening to people like Tobias Lucht, Reid Hoffman, Mark Randolph. They're all great influences. And the major key difference between these people and a lot of business books out there is a lot of these people built $1 billion or $100 million plus companies, and then they wrote their book. Instead of, a lot of these people that a lot of these business books currently right now, all they do is, they make their money from selling the book and they market it as, I've built a business. And what Mitch and I learned is that the best books you can ever really read are from people that have done similar stuff to what you want to do and are pretty much at the end of, the main building process of the stuff they've created. For instance, one book I highly recommend is That Will Never Work by Mark Randolph. And it's by Mark Randolph, for those of you that don't know, is the founder and the co-founder of Netflix. It goes over the whole journey of starting the company from A to Z and all the different challenges he faced. I find this a lot more in-depth and a lot more useful than a lot of these business books that, teach you how to run a business and how to, be more successful and how to, optimize your time. It's much just more realistic and much more, usable in everyday life. If you read a book from someone like Mark Randolph and then apply it to your life, then to read some general business book, which, they all end up saying the same exact thing, just regurgitated. And at the end of the day, you can watch these interviews, you can watch the podcast, you can read some books by actual founders instead of all these regurgitated content. But which also I recommend you do is you can also, network with individuals that you want to be like. And that's also a great source of education. People read books to really educate themselves. And a lot of the time, people that read a lot of books often forget books aren't the only way you educate yourself. The way you educate yourself is you learn new things, you learn new perspectives. And a lot of the times, books aren't the best way to do that, contrary to popular belief.
Now, say you're in a part of your life where you've started building your business and you're starting to see results. One of the best ways to really expand not just your mindset, but your business and network is by helping other people. And this is something Emiliano and I have actually learned, because through building our e-commerce businesses, we've been working with others and helping them do the same exact thing. And not only did that make our businesses stronger, but it allowed us to become much better at certain skills such as communication, creating systems, and being able to properly communicate while creating systems is what really allows you to take your business to the next level. Now, in today's day and age, as you can tell, you need to be really careful with the wording you use with other people, what you post on social media, and just in general, what you say, because everyone is in a mindset where people are just aware of what's going on. People are really aware of what's going on in the world, both economically and politically. And when you're actually working with other people and constantly speaking to other people, you're able to become a really, really good communicator. And as you become a better communicator, more people want to be around you in, say, a business setting, because if you're someone that knows how to run a company, if you're someone that knows how to build a company, and you're someone that makes everyone feel together as a family and you become really good at building that team culture, well, that's how you create a work setting, which is one that many people want to be around. And lastly, if you're working with other people or you're just helping them, you're working with these people and you're actually able to put to action the information that you're learning from YouTube, from books that you're reading. Because if you're just watching YouTube videos, if you're just reading books and just absorbing that knowledge and not really doing anything, then sure, in a conversation, it could make you interesting. It could give you many topics that you can really converse about with the individual. When it actually comes to taking action, building a business and going to work with the person, whether it's you guys working together or you're directly helping them on your business, that's when you're actually able to see how good you are at something. Because anyone can really read something and absorb it and think about it, but not everyone can really execute on it. And how well you're able to execute in different parts of your life is what will really determine your success in business. So yeah, we hope you guys got value out of this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, leave any of your thoughts down in the description below. Again, we're also going to be leaving our top book suggestions in the description, so make sure to check that out. And yeah, our Instagrams are down in the description below. If you have any questions or want to network, feel free to DM us. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Adios.